Hey guys, today I want to talk about the Ultimate Cup. I want to recap on it and what happened, what I faced, and how high I placed. This will be an overall video about Ultimate Cup recap, which was in Europe on the 13th of April. This video will be about my perspective, how I felt, how I played, what I faced, and what I thought was most popular. Before I want to go into each round, I want to tell you what I played and how much my deck changed after Düsseldorf. So here will be my deck list and my changes. As you can see, I changed quite a bit. Most significantly, you will be surprised about the purple dual tamer, about the change of the egg and the attack Gabumon instead of the deletion Gabumon, and Rebellionmon made way for Neo Devimon, and I actually play one big Lucemon and one DOA only. As you can see, there's no Schwarz Lehrsatz and big Lucemon got cut down to 1, but I felt is not necessary anymore for me to play that many high removal. The low removal I have in Cherubimon, and for the bigger threats I have Kaiser Leomon. I mean, it's a retaliation thing and they have to attack with it first, but I managed to do with it quite well. I didn't miss Schwarz Lehrsatz in any form or shape. As you would expect, I was talking big, but my first round was actually blue, and I lost 2-1. It was a really close game, but it's still blue, and blue is for a reason the most represented deck, not only in America but also in Europe, since it's probably the most popular deck. I don't want to say it's the strongest deck because it has issues, but the numbers speak for itself, right? But I lost due to Hammerspark in his last security. I could have won the game, but that's the game. But I was not that sad about it because I felt really pressured. The first round I was so nervous, but after I lost the first round, all the stress and all the build-up tension faded away, and I started enjoying the event. My round 2 was against yellow, and like I told you before, this matchup is really good for Kirubimon against yellow. And I think she was super nervous, or she didn't know the matchup really well, because she was very offensive and forgot about her defensives. She did set up a lot of tamer though. Well, I set them for her by attacking her security, and she made one big fatal flaw. She digivolved her Jet Sylphimon, which was tapped already, into Shine Greymon, because she was afraid that my Cherubimon will just swing over the Jet Sylphimon, but by playing the Shine Greymon, she actually threw the game. I mean, she wasn't in a great position at all, but she actively threw the game by playing Shine Greymon, because she deleted my rookie, yes, but she had to, because she had so many tamers, had to delete my Cherubimon as well, and I had 4 or 5 tamers set, and they all triggered their on play, and it was her turn while she played the Shine Greymon, so it was my turn in a backswing. And because I had 2 Bokumon already, the dual tamer out, I was left at probably 7 or 8 memory after the Shine Greymon play, which was kinda iffy. I just, in case it would happen, I just digivolved one of my tamers immediately into Cherubimon, swung with all my Digimon, but there was no Schwarz Lehrsatz in a security. It was just a safety measure because I knew she played 2 already, so by playing Shine Greymon, she just threw the game, or at least accelerated her loss. I think game 2 she kinda bricked because she opened with playing TK, getting TK out of the security. I was wondering why she got TK out of the security and not something else. And the following turn, in her following turn, she played TK, the same TK again, to pick out Zoe from the security. And by that moment, I thought, maybe her security is purple, white only, or her security is really strong, filled with security bombs like Wyvern's Breath and Schwarzleersatz. And I just started wailing at the security because I just hit it, and I was right. The security, my first check was Wyvern's Breath, my second check was Schwarzleersatz, and then it was Schwarzleersatz again. And she did recover back slowly by evolving, but she lost so much tempo by playing TK, Zoe 3 turns in a row, and I just built my whole board, and I could just wail at her because she recovered way too slow, and she couldn't deny me my dual tamer value, and she couldn't pop my Chirurumon. I don't think she even wanted to pop my Chirurumon, but that was not purple hybrid I played. It was actually just Chirurumon beatdown. I just checked probably 4 security or 3 with Chirurumon alone, not even popping it. After I won for round 2, I felt refreshed because it feels good to win. You don't want to go X8 or X9 or something, but it felt good to win. It felt good to play your favorite matchup and not blue, since I am actually still super afraid of blue despite taking my whole deck and my whole game plan against blue. And I was worried that I would play blue the whole day, so it was fine to play against yellow. And my next round was blue for no surprises, but my next round was a German blue player. Well, it was a German blue player, and he opened regularly. Like every game, he had like Davis turn. To his turn 1, he had like Davis, put up Modoki Betamon, search with Trabimon, had the Tommies, but other than the other game, I went first. Because I thought going first would accelerate my game plan, so I actually started going first every time I faced blue, every time I had the choice. So I Digivolve. His turn 1 was playing Davis after I give him 2 memory, and I had Löwemon or Icemon in raising. And then like I said before, how to work out the combo. I didn't have Koichi that time, but I knew he picked up Tommy, and in his raising right now was Syakomon. So instead of playing my tamer, I just slapped down Neo Devimon, and since I would force him to hard play Modoki Betamon for 3 in his turn, and then a tamer, which will put me to 3 at the very least, or he has to play a tamer with the Tommy he picked up for 6. And well, he did play the Modoki Betamon, like I said, and then the Tommy to strip the sources, and then in the next turn, and of course he raised the Syakomon. Sorry, I forgot about that. Of course he raised the Syakomon, and I played my Koichi to trigger his draw 1, trash 1. I trashed Matt, I trashed Matt, and then I went to Chirurumon, and Chirurumon picked up Matt again. I put him to 4 memory, but I cleared his board and set 2 tamers. And from there, I was good to go, and I had control all the time. I had control of the game all the time. So game 1 was fairly swift for me, even though he opened up like the best way blue could open up. Game 2 was interesting, since after he made me go first. I wanted to go first anyway, so he made me go first, and I opened the same like Gabumon, Löwemon. That's like all I did, and he opened Davis again. For my eyes, it couldn't be better. I saw him put down 2 Sora Joe and the Ice Wall, and I was like, yes, there is a god. He didn't have a rookie in the raising, so he kind of bricked but wanted to keep since he had a Davis in hand. I just went for Koichi, get the double value, threw away another tame. I think I threw a dual tame away, used Tsunemon effect again to get additional one, and then actually he went to Beowulfmon. He digivolved his first Davis away to go for the Beowulfmon, swung with the Beowulfmon, checked with security. The Beowulfmon died to, I think, Kurumon or Lucemon or something. And my Livermon was back in hand, and from there he just hard played a Strabimon. And well, with one tamer on board, like I had Koichi already, I just went into Cherubimon, cleared his board. He had 4 memory, but he had no rookie in raising, no tamer, no board, and checked 1 security. By this time I felt his anger actually, and in the end he played it out, but 3 or 4 turns from there he lost. So after playing that blue player, I am 2-1 now, and well, after that I played another blue player. So as expected, I expected it to be a blue only for the day, so I was kinda not surprised about that. What to tell about the match? Well, he was like every blue player. He had like the blue player openings, blue player cards, but there was one thing different, and it was his Hexe Blaumon tech. Hexe Blaumon didn't really do anything against me, and I took both games really swift since, well, Kurumon did Kurumon things, and my dual tamer strategy didn't work because I didn't see them, but Kurumon did Kurumon things, and I kinda cheated my way by playing Demonic Disaster on a Gabumon, since it didn't die in the security twice, so that's that. But well, I checked two tamers for him. That's good, right? But he just lost to a Gabumon swinging at his face twice, so well, that's that. So after that match, I was 3-1, like I said. And my next opponent wasn't blue, he was green. And that green match was, I can't tell you much about it. The match was over, I think sub 10, 12 minutes, because he steamrolled me completely. I bricked so hard. He put up 2 ancient Digimons really fast, and I couldn't do anything about it since I was missing Tamers and Cherubimon. And I built a stack in raising, but it was too fast for me, and without Tamers or Cherubimon I don't stand a chance. It was on both games sadly that I bricked that much. I didn't find a Cherubimon. I cleared in game 2. I actually managed to clear his ancients by using Kaiserliumon. I had a Neo Devimon set up, which provided me a lot of memory for a turn. If I could have a Cherubimon, I could have killed the floaters and floaters out of the ancients, but I didn't, and they just swung for game again, since he had I cleared 2 Digimons, and then there appeared two more Digimons, and he had 2 tamers, one of them JP. So yeah, he swung twice, JP for 1, and Mimi was a 4th swing for game. So sadly I couldn't make it, but it was fine. I didn't lose to blue, so it's okay for that. I mean, I'm 3-2 now, and well, I was kinda getting nervous again since 3-2. I was worried if I couldn't make the top cut. I wanted to at least get the Vmon. So yeah, my next opponent was yellow, and that match was kinda interesting. There was kinda a language barrier between us, since he was Spanish and he couldn't speak that good English, or I couldn't understand him through his mic, but we could communicate, but it was kinda iffy, but it somehow worked. His plays were kinda questionable. I couldn't ask him because he left really quick after the game. So spoilers, I won. Game 1, he put up one tamer. That tamer evolved into Rice Greymon immediately. He set up a tamer with Rice Greymon, set up another tamer, and then I made a mistake by checking his security, setting him a third tamer, and he went to Seraphimon from there, and that Seraphimon had 3 checks, putting me down to 2, but I cleared the Seraphimon with my Kaiser-Leomon / Raihimon to gain memory, put my tamer back, and had Kirumon set up on another stack, I guess, and I took the game from there since he was kind of running out of steam. He was lacking his defensive, I guess. Game 2 was like kind of what goes around comes around. I bricked against green super hard, right? So the yellow player kind of bricked against me as well. I choked him on 1 all the time, and he gave me like so much memory the first 2 turns by hard playing 2 Kazemons. So after playing Rice Greymon, I thought, okay, now he would probably play Seraphimon to recover, or he played Jet Sylphimon on his Kazemon for 3, recovered 1, and passed turn with that. I'm like, oh boy, he must kind of brick super hard. And well, I kind of figured out I could just go for the kill now, so I swung with all my Digimon and all my tamers. I actually hit Wyvern's Breath and Schwarz Lizards twice, so his security was kind of tight, but no tamers. He bricked super hard, no tamers in hand, no tamers in security, which is really rough in today's meta, I guess. So I won that match. I'm 4-2 now, and the event is like super long already. I'm getting quite tired, but it was okay. I managed somehow, but it was really taxing. So my next opponent was a Vietnamese guy who I actually met in Düsseldorf, or well, kinda met. I played his friend and he was there too, but I can't figure out who of these guys he was. But we kinda met, but kinda didn't. But it was funny when they laugh. It is a small world. So he played blue. And I can't tell you much about game 1 because it was over really swift. I think he opened up he mulliganed something, but opened up 3 Hammer Sparks and never play them. And I just robbed the game from there. Game 2, I lost because of Ice Wall, since I couldn't swing enough and I couldn't clear his Digimon, and Ice Wall was like just the final nail in the coffin. I think I couldn't win either way, but Ice Wall prevented me from surviving as well, so there's that. Sorry, there was a video error, so I have to finish the last bit like this. So he played Ice Wall, he locked me out, but luckily I top decked Deathclaw by digivolving on top of Queech, cleared his board, played Lucemon to recover 1, and from there he had just 1 tamer and couldn't go for a game, and my Kumon was popped, and I had so much value I just closed out the game in next turn because he couldn't kill me, since blue does not have a restand ability other than Magna Gurumon right now, and no one plays that at the moment. So I have 2 now, and my last round, we didn't know it was the last round at that moment, but my last one was yellow, and I thought, okay, great, yellow player, I can easily win, but how the mighty have fallen, and it's kind of embarrassing, but I have to admit that was probably the best yellow player I've played against, because he won against me convincingly 2-0, but he figured out my deck really fast, and he 2-0'd me, and he didn't even try, other than the other guys, he didn't even try to kill me. He knew I will draw faster than him and I will deck out way faster than him. So yeah, he decked me out both games and I just lost from there. I struggled, I tried my best, I could have won game 1, but I kind of messed up my last turn because I forgot his purple Karis, but game 2 was close, I mean, if I played it better, I could have won because the matchup was favored, but he outplayed me, outvalued me, and it was a long day, and I sadly lost to yellow. How the mighty have fallen, but overall it was a really, really fun match. 5-3, not the record I wanted. I get the Vmon, which is cool. I kind of also wanted to go for the X Vmon, but I couldn't make it, I guess. I'm happy I lost to blue only once. I attacked my deck completely against blue. I'm really grateful for the support I got with the input of other people, and I still think I'm happy that I stuck with my own guts. I mean, 5-3 is not a record. It's hard. I'm actually disappointed in myself because I wanted to perform better. But if you put it in perspective, I ended up 111 something or 108 or something, and there were 491 players. That's quite good. But I could have won against the yellow player and be 6-2, but I mean that's just me being disappointed in myself. But it was a lot of fun. I stuck with Kurumon the whole BT7, and I really like the deck, and I think I kind of want to stick to Kurumon later on as well because it's one of my favorite Digimons. But yes, this was my recap about 2022 first Ultimate Cup. So I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope to see you in the next video.